I'm on the Gaza border between Israel and Gaza. Behind me, there are approximately 2 million Palestinians who live in the Gaza Strip, and let me tell you something. As an Israeli, I care for them. I love them, and I want peace with them, with the people. However, they are being held hostage in the hands of the Hamas terror group. The Hamas Charter of 1988 states that, quote, "Our struggle against the Jews is very great and very serious," end of quote, and calls for the eventual creation of an Islamic State in place of Israel. Now, last time I checked, there were 22 Arab countries, while there is only one and only Jewish state. What's their problem with the Jews having one tiny state? But, well, they do have a problem. They simply hate Jews. In 73 years of existence, the Jews in this land drained the swamps to build skyscrapers. The land was desolated. Mark Twain himself visited Israel in 1867, and he wrote in his book that, quote, "We never saw a human being on this whole route, hardly a tree or shrub anywhere," end of quote. Israel made the desert bloom, became a high-tech hub, a cyber superpower, and Israel's top talents are blessing the entire world. Now, what did Hamas achieve so far? Nothing but terrorism and destruction. Hamas spent over $150 million on constructing terror tunnels under schools, civilian homes, using them as human shields. Instead of investing this money in making Gaza great, they are investing this money in terrorism. During the recent conflict, Hamas fired over 4,500 rockets into Israel, targeting our cities and communities. Most of them were intercepted by the Iron Dome, but some did fall and caused deaths and massive damage. Hamas is celebrating victory over Israel in the recent conflict. But what are they celebrating exactly? This is what Gaza looks like. They brought this upon themselves. And I promise you, if Hamas fired one rocket on Texas, New York City, Washington, D.C., Berlin, or Moscow, the Gaza Strip would be in ruins by now. But Israel is not like that. Israel's army is the only army in the world that actually makes phone calls to Gaza residents to warn them before striking a terror target near them. We sent humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip even during the conflict. Why? Because Israel cares for the Palestinians more than their leaders do. Growing up in Israel, I was taught that Palestinians are my neighbors, not my enemies. Until this day, I believe that Palestinians are my neighbors and not my enemies. And as you can see in this wall behind me, this is what we aspire for. This is our dream, to have peace. You know, I wish for Palestinians all the best. I don't hate them. I wish them to be free from terrorism, and I wish them to live in freedom and democracy and prosperity. Because I love them. I have nothing against them. And you guys, I ask you to share this video. Let's educate people around the world with what's happening here, because it is important.